Hey guys, it's Big Dave here, and it's Monday, and that means it's time for Warfronts. Except actually, it's Tuesday, and this really isn't a traditional episode of Warfronts at all. Please allow me to explain myself. I had some time off, of course, as you all know, for the Christmas holiday. I think everybody had some time off for the holiday there, and then I had the in-laws in town from the after Christmas until the New Year. So bit of a kink in my plans to rift a lot during the holiday season, and I really haven't touched the game at all. I was hoping to be rank 2, if not maybe even rank 3, and that this would be my triumphant coming out as I was suddenly, gained up a couple ranks, grabbed some gear, and maybe holding my own, but that little exchange with that cleric shows you that that is not the case. So here we are in this game where I'm attempting to shake off the rust. I had a couple of games before this, but they were all sort of in-progress things. I came in 700 points into a codex, 400 points into a blackguard, and that sort of thing. And we ended up with a couple of practice games and then this full game here in the library of the Runemasters. This is my mage, of course, level 50, still on that Dis B Spark spec, because I did not get a chance, as you would imagine, during the holiday season to actually do anything, to change a spec, to do any research or any of that stuff. So yeah, we're sort of churning with this spec. My original intention was to use my rogue, but after 40 minutes in the queue, I did not get a Warfront. There was a 20 to 30 minute estimated time, so I gave it 40 and then had to call it quits because I ran out of time for my actual recording session. If I had waited any longer, I wouldn't have got a video out today. So, I don't want that experience to be representative of Rift or where it is or where the community is, because I do play at a weird off hour, and this is the 30 bracket that I'm trying to get into. So I pop level 50 queues within 5 minutes, even in the off hours. So, the population is still decent, but in the lower levels, it does fluctuate, and it does tend to be a little more steady in the lower levels during peak times, of course, as you might imagine. Yeah, I don't want to say, the Rift is... I don't want anybody to say, you can't get a queue, Rift must be dying. It's not the case. The game is, of course, taking a hit from Star Wars The Old Republic, and just from its general age. It's sort of past that romance stage, and, it's lost a lot of subscribers, no doubt, to Star Wars The Old Republic, and it will continue to lose subscribers just to its age. Hopefully they will continue to do things that will bring people back into it. As with any MMO, there's going to be a dedicated set of folks who really, really enjoy the game, and therefore will stick with it. And they're going to be the ones who pop in and pop out, who enjoy the game enough to play it a little bit here and there. I was definitely that way for the City of Heroes, City of Villains game. I played that game off and on for years, but never more than 3 or 4 months at a time. So I think you've got some people that are going to treat Rift like that. You see me totally overextend myself here. Nothing but red names around my dead body. You know that you've made a mistake. You've done something you weren't supposed to do, when that's how you end up. I hope that Rift stays stable and continues to grow. The development team is amazing. I really love the guys at Tryon. I love what they've done with this game. And I do like Rift. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm playing Star Wars The Old Republic, but I'm playing it like a single-player game. I think everything that is MMO in that game, Rift does it better. Everything that is single-player, that is about a questing experience and telling a story, Star Wars The Old Republic does it better, hands down. No question about that. I'm not getting my MMO fix, really, from Star Wars The Old Republic. I'm still getting that from Rift. So, I'm with the game. I'm definitely subbed for another cycle. For me, a cycle is 3 months. After that, I'm going to have to ask myself if it's worth it, and that's something that I'm going to do every time the cycle's up. And that's something that I did every time I re-upped my World of Warcraft subscription, until one day the answer was no. It's no longer worth it. So, I'm not going to say I'm going to be subscribed to this game forever, because I'm not, because I've never been subscribed to an MMO forever. Like I said in one of my rambling sessions, I quit MMOs. It's what I do. And it's what most people do. Else we'd have a lot of people who are still subbed to Asheron's Call and, EverQuest 1 and Ultima Online. but it's the cycle with MMOs, and I do enjoy this game, and I plan to keep playing it. I plan to keep making these videos because I want people to see my struggles, and I want people to be able to chime in and say, hey, here's something to help you. And that brings me into my final point here for the video, which is I feel like I've hit a skill ceiling when it comes to what I can learn from just playing the game. I really feel like from here forward, I'm going to have to ramp up my actual learning, my going out and seeking outside sources of information. And that's something that I plan to do over the next few weeks. In the next few episodes of Warfronts, I may have specific lessons that look, watch this guy. Oh, just destroys me. Just destroys me. Lovely. So I may have specific things that I've researched that I'm going to be tinkering with in particular episodes of Warfronts. That's something to look forward to. I hope that that'll be something interesting. If you guys have any good sources for PvP info out there, send those to me. You can always hit me with a message on YouTube or a comment, however you want to do it. I'm going to continue to try to grow as a player because, as I've said before, I hope that this show can serve as an introduction for players. I'm not a professional, well, there are no professional Rift PvPers, but I'm not a pro in that sense. I'm very much a novice when it comes to Rift PvP, and I hope that this show can help other people to kind of ease their way in. Watch me, don't make the mistakes that I make. That's a pretty good philosophy to have. So I think that's going to do it for this time, guys. Just stick with me here. Next week we'll be back, hopefully, to the normal format, so long as all the queuing works out for me. We'll get back to the regular format, because I do really consider the format with the text and everything the format of Warfronts. I do these episodes when I have to because of time constraints, but this isn't what I want Warfronts to be, just me talking over game footage. I want it to be a little bit more than that. All right, guys, I'll see you here next week. I have been Big Dave, and as always, take it easy.